Hello guys, welcome to SteveKnows. We've got a ton of great stories today, such as Oculus improvements to their touch controller tracking. Also some demos to try the Oculus hand tracking on at last. Also some improvements to the Oculus Quest graphical fidelity and some amazing little bits along the way as well. So let's just get started and dive straight in. So first, dynamic foveated rendering control. John Carmack showed disappointment in developers who were using heavy foveated rendering, and I won't name and shame. So I wonder if he had a hand in this, to make life easier for developers, easier for them to make better games, Oculus being enablers, giving them the carrot, not the stick. So this story is about the future feature on the Oculus Quest for it to dynamically choose the amount of foveated rendering required in-game. This is a new feature in the latest SDK that allows Oculus Quest to decide when it should be using fixed foveated rendering and when it should not. This will improve the quality of the games that we see on the Quest. When it's in a very simple area where the processing on the headset is not at its peak, we will remove the fixed foveated rendering and allow for clearer, crisp imagery. And in times of crazy battles where it needs the horsepower, it can add the foveated rendering back on to ease the pressure on the hardware. These images show the level of rendering that will be applied in different situations, where the white is full resolution unaltered and the colourful blocks are a key for different levels of foveated rendering. This is available for developers to implement as it's available on the SDK, so hopefully a few updates are coming around the corner for hand tracking and foveated rendering improvements. And we can go from this to this. So next, the Oculus Link Cable is here. So many of you may already know that a few days ago the Oculus Link Cable, the official one, became available for people to purchase from the Oculus Accessories store. This is the official 5-meter fiber optic cable from Oculus that is super lightweight and more resistant to interference than the copper wires we see at a fraction of the price. It's going to set you back $79, which is much higher than its competitors, and Facebook recommended third-party cables such as Anker and the Party Link, and they're only being around $15 to $20. And this cable only supports a USB-C connection, so if you do not have a virtual link on your GPU or a USB port that will support this, you may not be able to use the cable because I cannot confirm that it will work with a converter. This cable is also not ready to be released in the UK, so I'm unable to order one as of yet. I keep checking the damn website and it still says coming soon. Click to be notified. Next, tracking improvements. Next is about tracking for the Oculus Touch controllers. Oculus have posted on their blog their plans for a tracking update. So this image here shows you what it looks like on the Quest system when tracking the controllers. We see a bunch of numbers which are identifiers that will help locate the remote and its orientation in 3D space. This tracking is disrupted with excessive sources of light, making it hard for the headset to track the identifying sources. So in this next image, you see a Christmas tree with flashing LEDs and the remote. The Quest is identifying the Christmas tree as part of the controller's light source, and it's now mismatching the user's input. Their new algorithm improves upon the tracking, trying to identify light blobs that are part of the controller and ones that are not and map them as outliers. So we go from the image on the right where everything is an identifier for the controller's location, now to the left where the green is being mapped as the touch controller remote and the pink or red ones are the outliers. The article goes into a lot of depth, so if you're into your tech, I'll put a link in the description for you to read further. It's super interesting. As to achieve this process, they are making use of convolutional neural networks. Oculus have seen great results in the reduction of data loss in tracking, so thanks Oculus for continuing to improve upon your system. I cannot wait for the improvements. So the next one that you may be aware of is the Winter Lodge environment is now available on the Oculus Quest. There's a new environment for the holidays now on your Oculus system. So if you have the environments available from within your Quest headset, go to settings. There is now a third option, the Winter Lodge, where you can look over snowy peaks with your snowboarding and ski lift waiting. It's a shame you can't actually jump in it and ski down the slopes like an SSX minigame. Behind you have a stunning cabin with an open fire, high ceilings, a corner sofa to put your feet up. It's very wintry, suits the holiday season perfectly, so if you want to get in the festive spirit, update your environment and enjoy. Next, Tripp is now available on the Oculus Quest. This is not a game, but a relaxation application that has additional transactions, although a free demo is available if you want to use that. I do want to just say and get it out there are now a few games on the Oculus Quest store that contain microtransactions, and I'm kind of annoyed. I don't want to see this becoming a thing. It's damaging to the industry. I do not like it. But this title is to help you relax and meditate, being created off the back of scientific research to create experiences that reduce anxiety and stress, which I am all for, of course. I did play the demo and it was pretty interesting. It did put me in a relaxed state. I'm quite impressed with it, especially the kaleidoscope part. It was a literal trip. So I do recommend trying the demo, and then of course it's up to you if you want to continue with a subscription. Half+Half is now a free title on the Oculus Quest. A title that I believe cost around $14.99 is now a free title. So if you're interested in a free game, enjoy Half+Half. This is a multiplayer title for you to enjoy with friends in 5 different environments, allowing you to fly through the sky, swim in the ocean, explore the lands. There are a bunch of mini games for you to play with your friends as well, such as Human Tetris, where you have to get into weird shapes. As many of the mini games in here are made for you to look as stupid as possible in front of your family and friends. So just letting you know that this is now free, you can go and expand your library, enjoy, get downloading. Next, 3D rudder support for the Oculus Quest via the Oculus Link. The 3D rudder is a small platform for you to rest your feet upon while sitting down playing VR to act as your motion control, moving left, right, and turning. It was designed for the PlayStation VR in mind due to its limited controls, but it's been given a nice update and it now supports the Oculus Quest via the Link. So if you're someone who doesn't want to keep spinning around or just want to play sitting down, or you may already have a 3D rudder available, congratulations! You can now play your Oculus Quest with your rudder. They also expect to make this option available natively in games soon, as they will release an SDK for developers to make use of. I'm not sure how helpful this is going to be for a device that is wireless so people can turn around freely anyway, and the touch controllers already have analog sticks, but we shall see. Next, finally, let's talk about some hand tracking games on the Quest. So on SideQuest, there are 2 recently released hand tracking demo titles for us to enjoy to see how hand tracking will hold up in some actual gameplay. One of the titles is a simple button pressing experience, nothing crazy, but highlights interactions with objects in-game on a basic level that result in some sort of on-screen action. There are also interactions with the train tracks, turning off elements of the train. Again, very simple basic stuff. So let's check out a second title that I played on the system already, which is one of my top side-loaded titles, and that is Sunshard. This now has a hand tracking capability for us to slaughter goblins and orcs. Unlike the original game here where you were on the ground slicing and dicing people, this one you take a godlike view and use magical powers to shoot energy at them, or grab or squish the enemies, or fire swords at them to try and protect the sword or the tower in the center of the map. These are very simple games, but it's nice to play something, even if it is simple, with the hand tracking capabilities until Oculus finally deliver us something that is making use of it on a high quality platform. It gets me excited to see what's going to happen when these official Quest titles actually get released with an update for hand tracking. And I'm also interested in what the quality first policy requirements are going to be for hand tracking as well. So if you've got access to SideQuest and know how to sideload, pop these onto your headset and start enjoying some free play. Well, thanks guys, that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed the stories, a ton of interesting things, loads of things to get excited for. I cannot wait for them. So have a great Christmas. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.